Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another 7 Deadly Sins video. So today I wanted to do something a tiny bit different, and I wanted to go over a lot of the OC characters and stuff like that. Not doing like an in-depth analysis on any of them or anything like that, but I really like the OC characters for this game, and I like what they do with a lot of them. Like I really like a lot of their designs and everything. So I just wanted to go over some of them and just reflect, because we just got Mono, the new red, or the not new for JP or anything, but we just got the new mono unit for global, and she's the red mono. They actually just announced some new characters and stuff like that on JP, but I'll go over those later in the video. Just in case you guys don't want to see those, I'll kind of like give you a spoiler warning or something like that. But yeah, the first OC character that we ever got was the Green Mage Lilia. And she's pretty cool. Like, she's not really that great of a unit, to be honest, but I really like her design as far as like using this whole like electric sort of, I don't know, spectral bow to attack stuff and everything. This move's kind of cool because it just, you know, brings up that weird like portal looking, like, I don't know, circular thing that like pushes down on the enemies and lowers their defense and stuff. Or, well, it increases damage taken, but you know what I'm talking about. And then her ultimate move is really cool just because it brings the whole, you know, meteor out of the sky and crashes into him and everything like that. So I thought that was really cool. I really like the design of Lilia. She's pretty cool. Obviously, the blue Lilia is probably the better of the two. So, yeah, I like the blue Lilia a lot just because her kit is a lot more useful. But yeah, her AoE move is really cool. The animation on it is a little bit long in game in my opinion, but I mean, it's still like a cool, like visually like interesting move. The heal is okay, I guess. I mean, it's whatever. Like, there's nothing like too crazy about it. And then obviously she has the same ulti, but yeah, I don't know. Lilia's obviously the first character that we got. It's really weird to me that they ended up releasing two different Lilias so soon. Like, even on JP, like, it was, I'm pretty sure they released Green Lilia and then Blue Lilia, and then it was Valentino. So, I don't know. It's weird that they came out with a second version of Lilia first before they even moved on to some of the other OC characters, because I guess the whole, like, I don't know if there's like an actual like story behind the whole thing, but I'm pretty sure they're the 7 catastrophes, and each OC character is one of the 7 catastrophes, I guess. So I don't know. I would really be interested in seeing them put like some sort of like side story together once all of them are in the game or anything like that. Which when you do the whatchamacallit, like their passive unlock mission or whatever like that, when you're trying to unlock their passive, it goes over a little bit of like dialogue and stuff between the characters and everything. So that, I mean, I guess there's a little bit of backstory for you if you really want it. Valentino, I actually really like Valentino's design. Just the whole, like, 2 big, like, arms that fight for her sort of deal. Like, I think that's really cool and really neat. I'm sure there's other games that have had, like, similar sort of mechanics and stuff like that with characters. But I don't know. I just thought that was visually, like, interesting. And then her moves are kind of cool, like with the whole, like, you know, the fists run up and attack a whole bunch, and then this one she uses them as rockets and just shoots them at the enemy and they like explode around them, which is really cool. And then her ultimate is actually super cool. It's basically just like the 2 arms doing a Kamehameha from Dragon Ball and just absolutely destroying them with a huge ball of energy, which I thought was really interesting. For the next one, we actually have a newer blue Lilia. Hopefully my JP game's still open. And then I actually don't have either of these characters because I don't play JP pretty much at all. If I can find them really quick. So yeah. There is this newer blue Valentino who's kind of interesting. This one, and there's also a mono character, or not a mono, a Easton character that were sort of like a summer set of characters that came out on JP this like past summer. And I'm still hoping that we kind of end up trying to get some of these characters before the year's over with on Global, because I mean, the Easton is really good to help counter Lost Vein Meliodas, which is kind of nice. So I would kind of hope that they would bring her out at some point, so that way we don't have to deal with Lost Vein running all over the meta. But I don't know. I'm sure they've got a plan for it at some, and they'll release her at some point. But yeah, the Blue Valenti's kind of cool. She's kind of, I don't know. It's sort of like just like a gimmicky like style of character. I've not really seen her moves too much on this, to be honest. But from what I have seen, it's kind of interesting. This move does not look appealing to me at all. The whole like rubber duck sort of thing. I don't know. That just like certain things in the game just don't really seem like they should fit in the game. And you'll definitely see what I mean when I get to some of the other characters later. But yeah, Blue Valenti's okay. Like nothing too crazy about that. Next up, we have the new mono character that just came out on Global. Where is she at? There she is. Okay, so yeah, this is the new mono character that just came out. She's the red mono. Everybody hates her on JP pretty much because they put her in OC banners, and she's probably one of the worst of the units as far as like the OC characters go. But honestly, like she's probably one of the like most visually like appealing characters as far as I'm concerned, with the whole like edgy sort of like katanas, and she's got the little like daggers and everything, and even like her, I don't, does she has like a little animation that plays or whatever, doesn't she, with the whole thing? Yeah. Pretty sure she has an animation where she like pulls the daggers out and they like disappear out of her hands and appear back on her back, which is kind of cool. But yeah, her animations are really cool. I mean, she just kind of like uses sort of like assassin style moves and everything, which is kind of interesting. I mean, I don't know. She's really cool. Like I like her as a character, but I mean, she's probably one of the worst ones as far as like actual, gameplay goes. But I mean, it is what it is. Next up, we have the Blue Easton that should be coming out on Global very soon. I guess if you're really wanting to stay away from like spoilers, if you don't know anything about the JP game and you don't want to, I would say this is probably the last character that you should watch, because obviously there's already been a lot of people talking about Mono and Easton because they released as a dual banner on JP, so that was kind of weird that they split it up on Global. But I mean, I'm sure she'll be coming out either next week or sometime within the rest of the little festival thing that's going on for us, the 6-month anniversary. So yeah, I really like Easton. She's really cool. I don't know, they all have their own like sort of like unique looks to them and everything. She's got like the whole book thing going on. It's got a little butterfly on it, which is really interesting, which I don't know for sure, but I wonder, you can get different books for her. That's kind of cool. Because I don't really play JP, I don't mess with the characters a whole lot, but her moves are really cool. I'm sure you've seen them during the Awakened Lilia event that's going on right now on Global if you've been playing, with the whole like her little water tornadoes that come up, which are really interesting. I don't actually know what they do. I think they deplete ult gauge at levels 2 and 3, but she also has an attack buff, which is really good like for mechanics and stuff like that if you're wanting to do like guild boss or whatever. She's a really good character for that because it buffs, like I think it's either attack stats or I could just look over here. Yeah, attack related stats, which is kind of cool. So she's really neat with that. And then her ultimate is really cool just because it like pulls up like a tidal wave behind her and it crashes into the enemies, which is really neat. So yeah, she's pretty cool. I like her a lot, actually. I'm really interested in whenever she comes out of the game. Next up, we have the Green Easton, which came out with the Blue Valenti this past summer, the one that I was talking about. So this is sort of another like swimsuit unit. You can't really see it very good because it's sort of blacked out, but you can kind of see like the swimsuit and everything on her. But yeah, she's kind of interesting. She like on this move, she shoots a bunch of like little water droplets at you, which is kind of cool. And I don't know. She's pretty neat as well. I don't know. She's another sort of gimmicky character. I really don't like when characters just have swimsuits, but that's just me. Like if I could choose, I would rather them wear like actual like clothes that would sort of fit the character instead of it being sort of I don't know what to call it. But if it doesn't really seem like they would be wearing that outfit to like fight in, then I don't think it really matches my sort of preference for it. But everybody has their own thing. But yeah, she's really cool. Obviously she sort of has the same sort of like overall basis as the other Easton, with the whole water mechanics and everything like that. This move's kind of cool too because it disables recovery skills, and it also makes it to where their ultimate gauge can't fill up. And I think that's really good because it prevents ult rush teams and stuff. But the mechanic, or like the animation for it's really neat because like these little like ghost dolphins like come up from underneath the characters and like splash around, which is kind of cool. And it's just neat. I don't know. I like it a lot. She's a cool unit. Like I said with the Valentino, I kind of hope they end up releasing some of those later in the year, I guess. Next up, we have Roxy. Roxy will probably be the next one that comes out after Easton does on Global, at least if they follow the sort of like JP rules. But I mean, obviously they could just completely like move stuff around or do whatever they need to do, because obviously, like I said, those summer units are kind of compelling, and some people really want that Easton to come out so that way they can counter LV melee, and it affects the meta and stuff whenever these characters come out. This one's, I don't know, obviously she's really cool. She's sort of like got the whole like I guess dominatrix sort of look to her because she's got the big flail, and she doesn't wear a whole lot of clothes, which is, I guess that's a plus. But she's got some really cool like outfits and stuff like that. I don't know, even the SR one's kind of neat. And then actually she doesn't have a whole lot of cosmetics at all. She's got some cat girl ears, which is okay, I guess. But yeah, she's apparently not very good, but I do like the way her moves look. She like spins the flail around and like hits them, and just, I don't know, it's cool. I'm gonna keep saying I don't know because I don't use some of these characters because I'm not a JP player, but either way, Roxy's really cool. Probably one of my like top 3 favorite OC characters, but I don't know, she'll end up coming out at some point, and we will see how it goes, because maybe they'll end up releasing her whenever the meta is needing of it. But honestly, like, she's not great because she uses Explode, which is the same as Red King sort of, and Explode just really isn't like all that as far as anything goes with moves. But I don't know, she's kind of a niche character, not really super great for a whole lot of situations. Next up, we have Shin, who is probably honestly probably my least favorite of all the OC characters. And I say that not because he's a man, but because he uses like technology, which I think is really weird, and I'm sure there's a reason for that. Like, I'm sure if you do his little backstory or whatever, it probably goes over some of that, but it just doesn't seem like it fits the whole aesthetic of the game. Like, everybody running around using swords and magic and stuff like that, and he just has I don't know, technology, which doesn't translate well for me. Like, I don't know, his moves are cool. Like, I feel like they made him really well and everything, and even his ult, where like it's like a space station that shoots down on top of him, but like I don't know how that really fits into the game. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And I don't know, visually it's cool, but at the same time it doesn't seem like it matches with the rest of the theme of the characters and stuff like that. I guess he's just some dude from the future, but I don't know, probably my least favorite of all of them. Next up, we have Camilla, who is actually probably the newest release as far as JP goes. She's actually kind of cool because she's a transforming unit, and she transforms into sort of like a beast that has the same like sort of shape to her and everything. I don't know how to explain it, but she turns into like almost like a goat sort of thing. I don't know, and I can't show you because obviously I don't have the character, but yeah, she's pretty neat too. She's got some really cool like looking moves and everything, and like her whole aesthetic is pretty interesting. Obviously you can't see her very well, but she's pretty girl. So I mean, that helps obviously. And then yeah, apparently officially today they teased that the newest update for JP is going to have a new I think it's a blue mono and then a new red Lilia. So Lilia's going to get her 3rd character in game at this point, which is kind of interesting. But it's an evil Lilia, or like awakened Lilia, which is really cool because a lot of people, even when this whole event dropped on Global, everybody was wondering like, oh, like they should make this an outfit for Lilia, or something along those lines. And it's actually cool because I'm pretty sure down here, when it goes over the characters, you can even see her cards use her little like dragon serpent thing, which is really cool. Like, I think that's awesome. Like, just the fact that they at least implemented that in, because the whole, you know, aesthetic of evil Lilia, she has this weird, you know, worm dragon thing. But yeah, she's really cool. And then the mono seems neat. I don't know exactly what it is. She's a PvE unit because she excludes PvP with her passive, which is kind of interesting. But her outfit looks really cool. And I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it'll be neat when she comes out, and, you know, if she's decent for some stuff or whatever. But I don't know. I'm really excited for the future of the game because I like a lot of the OC characters and I like what they do with them. But obviously, you know, you never know where they're going to go with it. So that's pretty much it. This was kind of a weird video, and I understand completely if this wasn't your thing. I just wanted to go over them because I thought it was, you know, kind of a fun topic. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next video.